Being involved in conservation for me is something I'm incredibly passionate about.
The Seedcorn funding has allowed me to drift into a new discipline.
We're quite hopeful that it could not only reduce costs, sort of increase the effectiveness at how we monitor wildlife. Benway National Park is vast. It's about the size of Greater London and it's got lots of threats facing the wildlife. The giraffe we actually work with out in Cameroon are Kordofan giraffe, and there's less than 2,000 of them left. We've trialled lots of different ways to try and effectively count the animals, such as wider aerial surveys relying on aeroplanes. It's expensive, it's logistically difficult.
That's where drones come in. 4 years ago, we had funding from the Cabot Institute for the Environment to partner with the Bristol Zoological Society and enable us to get a much more detailed view of what's going on locally in the park at a very low cost.
This is the sort of thing we would fly on a drone over a volcano, but it turns out that this camera as well is very good at finding giraffe, rhinoceros. If you think about a giraffe and you think about its splodges, those splodges are designed to manage the animal's heat, which means actually the dark bits and the light bits of a giraffe are different temperatures, and the pattern of that skin is almost like a fingerprint.
Two of the elements that we're looking at the moment is the efficiency of the vehicles and the acoustic signature. How do you develop drones that are silent for the animals that you're trying to study?
If you can get to the point where you can train local staff and stakeholders to fly these things, process the data, that's sort of the holy grail of the research we're trying to do. The technology is still fledgling, so there's a lot of work for us to do together to get to that point.
On the back of the partnership, we were invited to join Wild Drone. It's a European network of PhD students who are being trained in different areas. And for me, this is really the future of research, the collaborations we can have between the faculties and the different disciplines.
The park at the moment is at a sort of tipping point. If we can get this type of drone technology working in somewhere like Benway National Park, then we could expand that to reserves across the world.